The American economy has always been dynamic, with ups and downs in terms of expansion, recession, and recovery. But a number of extraordinary occurrences and patterns in recent years have caused some analysts to characterize the current phase as a once-in-a-lifetime financial transition. The economic landscape is undergoing substantial changes due to a convergence of variables such as demographic shifts, technological improvements, and global economic changes. We will look at these variables, their effects, and the discussion around whether or not we are really seeing a once-in-a-lifetime financial shift in this video. Technological progress. The development of technology is one of the main forces behind economic transformation. The swift advancement of innovation in domains like digital technology, automation, and artificial intelligence is revolutionizing sectors and establishing novel economic frameworks. AI and automation. The work market is being revolutionized by AI and automation. There is now a chance that jobs that were deemed safe could be mechanized. Both high-skilled and low-skilled occupations are being impacted by this change. For example, AI is getting better at handling jobs in the legal, financial, and medical fields. Concerns around job displacement and the requirement for labor reskilling are being raised by this change. But new developments in technology also bring with them new possibilities. The demand for software engineers, data scientists, and other tech-related jobs is high due to the expanding industry. Another outcome of technology advancement is the gig economy, which presents problems regarding benefits and job security while also providing flexible work options. Digital conversion. The way businesses function is changing due to digital revolution. For example, the COVID-19 epidemic has fueled the exponential growth of e-commerce. New business models are evolving, and traditional brick-and-mortar retailers are adjusting by creating online platforms. Another big shift is the increase in remote employment, which is affecting work-life balance, commuting patterns, and real estate markets. Changes in demographics. Changes in the population are yet another important element on the U.S. economy. A change in family arrangements, immigration trends, and aging populations are all causing a change in the dynamics of the economy. Population aging. The employment and healthcare system are undergoing substantial changes as a result of the baby boomer generation's aging. Retirement planning and healthcare services are in greater demand as more people reach retirement age. The decline in the ratio of working-age people to pensioners poses issues for economic output and strains social security systems. Shifting family organizations. There are increasingly single-parent homes and dual-income families as family structures change. The housing market, educational demands, and consumer behavior are all impacted by these developments. For instance, single-parent households may have greater financial strain, which may have an influence on their economic contributions and spending habits, but dual-income families frequently have larger disposable incomes, which may boost demand in particular industries. Immigration trends. The U.S. economy is still significantly impacted by immigration. The workforce, creativity, and cultural diversity are enhanced by immigrants. However, public opinion and immigration laws can affect the number of immigrants and, in turn, the economic benefits they provide. Changes in the world economy. The American economy is intricately linked to the world economy and does not function in a vacuum. Global supply chains, trade policy changes, and geopolitical tensions all have an impact on the state of the economy today. Globalization and trade policies. Trade agreements, tariffs, and protectionism have all been hot topics of discussion in recent years when it comes to trade policies. With some nations taking more protectionist positions, the globalization trend, which has spurred economic expansion for decades, is encountering difficulties. Supply chains may be disrupted, prices may alter, and economic stability may be impacted. Tensions in geopolitics. Economic ramifications of geopolitical conflicts, like those between the U.S. and China, are substantial. Market instability and unpredictability can be caused by trade wars, sanctions, and political unrest. Companies need to overcome these obstacles in order to continue operating profitably. Supply chain interruptions. The COVID-19 outbreak brought attention to weak points in international supply systems. There are shortages and higher costs for a variety of items as a result of disruptions in manufacturing, transportation, and logistics. In an effort to reduce risks, businesses are already reassessing their supply chain strategy, with some moving toward more locally produced goods. Monetary policy and financial markets. Economic conditions, regulatory changes, and technological improvements are all having a big impact on financial markets and monetary policy. Volatility of the stock market. The epidemic, technical advancements, and geopolitical events have all contributed to the current extreme volatility of the stock market. The market dynamics have also been influenced by the growth of retail investors and the acceptance of trading platforms such as Robinhood, with events such as the GameStop short squeeze drawing public notice. Blockchain and cryptocurrency. Blockchain technology and cryptocurrency are posing a threat to established banking institutions. The general public now accepts cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others as viable investment options. By enabling more transparent and safe transactions, blockchain technology has the potential to completely transform a number of sectors. With discussions over cryptocurrencies' security, validity, and effects on financial stability, the regulatory landscape for them is still unclear. Policy, monetary, and inflation. New economic realities are requiring monetary policy adjustments. In order to boost the economy, the Federal Reserve has taken previously unheard of steps, including quantitative easing and almost zero interest rates. These policies do, however, have some hazards, such as the possibility of asset bubbles and inflation. The question of whether the inflationary pressures we are seeing right now are temporary or a sign of longer-term trends is still up for dispute. Social and environmental aspects to consider. Economic policies and decisions are being influenced more and more by social and environmental concerns. Changes in climate. Concern over climate change is growing since it has major economic ramifications. Increasing sea levels, changing climatic patterns, and extreme weather have an impact on the insurance, infrastructure, and agricultural sectors. There is a push for renewable energy and sustainable practices, which presents both opportunities and difficulties for enterprises. Social justice. In talks about economics, social equity issues including income inequality, racial inequities, and access to healthcare and education are becoming more prevalent. For stability and sustainable economic growth, these problems must be resolved. Social mobility and inequality reduction policies are becoming more popular. The pandemic of COVID-19. Many of the above-discussed improvements have been prompted by the COVID-19 epidemic. It sped up the digital revolution, revealed weaknesses in the supply chain, and emphasized the significance of social safety nets and healthcare. The pandemic's long-term consequences on consumer behavior, employment patterns, and international economic relations are still being felt. Hybrid models and remote work. The economy has been significantly impacted by the switch to remote labor during the pandemic. Businesses had to adjust to new methods of operation, which had an impact on staff productivity, urban planning, and commercial real estate. Hybrid work models, which combine an office and remote work, are becoming common. They provide flexibility but also call for new methods of management, alterations in the behavior of consumers. The epidemic has changed consumer behavior, making them rely more on digital services and e-commerce. This change affects marketing, logistics, and retail. In the post-pandemic economy, companies who are able to adjust to these changes are more likely to prosper. Getting ready for the future. Future prosperity depends on our ability to prepare and adapt as we navigate this time of significant economic change. In order to remain competitive in a labor market that is changing quickly, people must prioritize lifelong learning and skill development. Companies need to be flexible and innovative in order to adapt to changing market conditions and customer expectations. They also need to embrace new technologies. By tackling problems like income inequality, access to healthcare, and education, policymakers can help create environments that promote inclusivity and economic resilience. We can all work together to create a future that fully utilizes the potential of this revolutionary time, resulting in sustained economic growth and an enhanced standard of living for everybody by being aware of the forces at work and taking proactive measures to address them. A once-in-a-lifetime financial transition in conclusion. Without a doubt, the COVID-19 epidemic, demographic changes, technology breakthroughs, and changes in the global economy are all having a major impact on the U.S. economy. These elements are coming together to bring about a moment of significant change that some analysts refer to as a once-in-a-lifetime financial shift. It depends on your point of view, though, as to whether this time is genuinely exceptional or just another stage in the economy's continuous progression. There have been several times in history when the economy has undergone substantial transformation, including the Industrial Revolution, the post-World War II boom, and the introduction of the Internet. Like what we are going through now, each of these eras saw significant changes in the economic environment. The contemporary era is unique in that several transformative factors are occurring at the same time. There's a sense of urgency and uncertainty because demographics, the global economy, and technological improvements are all occurring at a faster rate. These alterations have been exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic, which has sparked many of the previously established tendencies. Whether we categorize this as a once-in-a-lifetime event, there is no denying that the American economy is undergoing a profound upheaval. To effectively navigate this phase, one needs to be flexible, resilient, and forward-thinking. In this ever-changing economic landscape, people, companies, and legislators need to be aware, adaptable, and ready to grab hold of possibilities. Please like, comment, and share our video with your friends and family if you enjoy it. Remember to click the bell symbol to receive the most recent updates.